tile. So it's July 26, 2020. Here's a Sinclair C5, which is now up for sale. So this one's been stored in the roof of my garage for 3, 4, maybe even longer, might even be like 5 years. That's it there. So basically, the worst part, as it's dirty, is it's got a crack here, you can see. So what I'm going to do is I'm either going to reduce the price on it. I mean, end of the day, someone can rebody it, or it might not be what they want, but if someone wants a working C5, then this was what it'll be. I'll either reduce the price on it, or I'll probably just go and get the tyres, get it actually drivable on the road. You know, because I mean, it's worth more in parts. These things are always worth more in parts, but I don't break Sinclair C5s. But yeah, that's it there. So it's got some damage there. Obviously, someone in the past has tried to put some fiddle on it, so I'll remove all that, clean it all up, and that'll look way better. It's got a really nice front headlight on it, and it's got a really nice rear light on it. You know, and these are big money. It's got all the electrics with it, nice clean electrics. Quite a clean chassis. It's got some normal sort of surface corrosion, but it actually looks pretty clean. I need to have a proper look, but it does look pretty clean. Quick release connectors on it already. Boom, got the power on there. The throttle. And the motor certainly sounds good, sounds normal. And this one here is a March 1985. So it's got all the bits, which is good. But yeah, I'm gonna get this cleaned up. So it's lit because this wasn't covered originally when it was up in the storage, you know. So yeah, but obviously that's the key part there. The rest of it's good. And obviously I'll find a boot lock for it. But otherwise, once it's actually cleaned, so centre caps as well, again, big money on there. No front wheel cap, quite a nice handlebar cover, a little bit of burnage here, no horn. So yes, we should clean it up and go from there. Excellent. Must see how I'll sort that out as well. Cool, cheers. Yep, hi, also video 2. This is a Sinclair C5 for sale. Quick video just whilst it's on its side. I've just spent you know, last couple of hours roughly cleaning the C5, and then of course I'll make sure that electrics, etc. are all working. I haven't got any rear tyres, but it's the sort of thing, you know, I might look online and see what I can find, because obviously if I can find rear tyres, then boom, someone can just ride it. But yeah, this is just a quick video to show underneath, that's all. So this is the crack on the C5 here, as you can see. So this is the bad bit on the C5. Obviously lots of good bits, but this is, say, the bad bit. Just through there to there. So you can either leave it as it is, enjoy it, drive it round, job done, or of course you could wrap it, or you could paint it like lots of people do, or you could rebody it. And bodies come up often free of charge, 30 quid, 50 quid, that sort of money. You know, no one ever asks much more than 50 quid. But obviously you need to find one that's of course near you, or you're willing to travel to pick it up. And of course once you do that, then take the body shell off, very easy. Couple of hours work all in, as long as nothing's sort of completely seized. And then you could of course restore the chassis whilst you're at it, or just rebody it and drive it as it is. So yeah, I've jet washed off the stickers, so I'm going to put on some original late model C5 stickers on there. So, and yeah, so that's it underneath. So you can see it's sort of like the normal surface corrosion on there, but I would say that that's, you know, traditionally normal chassis. Original chain, looks good. Again, I've not obviously ridden it yet, you know, so I can't confirm, you know, if the chain's good or average, but it looks pretty good from here. All the steering rods underneath there, wheels all look good. Axle looks nice motor, etc. So yeah, it's all the bits are there. So I say apart from tyres, obviously, and the front wheel cap, missing the front wheel cap. But this is a light project for somebody. So yeah, I shall flip it over in a minute and get some more video from the other side. Cheers. Yep, I also, as part 3 of the video. So this is the Sinclair C5 for sale. Today is the 26th of July 2020. A few bits and bobs there. So it's a white boot model. I've just basically spent, you know, quite a few hours cleaning it. 1985 March 2568, nice clean number there, which is good. Electrics work. Again, I've not road tested it, the electrics work. Here's the pod. So I just took it apart to sort of start to clean it basically. And obviously I'll be literally cleaning out all this crap basically, but ultimately I just wanted to get in there and have a look, dry, make sure it's all nice and dry, etc. You know, on there. The rest of bits and pieces. So basically it's missing obviously the tyres, which I might look at trying to get some tyres. Then of course it can be driven straight away as is. I've jet washed just the old side stickers, so I've got some new old stock late model side stickers which I'll apply, you know, one evening this week. It's got good, really good rear lights, no damage, really good front light, which is excellent. Obviously handlebar covers, centre caps, which are often missing, which are, you know, relatively rare and certainly expensive. Brakes all seem to work. Obviously they bar a test drive, but they pull, they operate, they stop it. Obviously that's the damage on the C5, which is the crack there, which, like you mentioned previously, leave it as it is, enjoy it, or wrap it, or paint it, or simply unbolt the body and then put a new body on, or unbolt the body, restore the chassis, and then put another body on. You could do that as well. But obviously then you sort of lose, you know, the sort of total originality of it. But whatever, it's cool. Missing the front wheel cap underneath there. So really I think it's missing the front wheel cap and currently the tyres. And I think that's actually one other thing, the boot lock. So I've got didn't come with a boot lock. I've got a boot lock for it, but I've got no key for it. So that's a case of taking that into a locksmith, which again is something that I might consider doing. You know, take them to a locksmith, they'll find a key that matches, and then either they file down the I forget what they're called now, the things inside the barrel to make it work, or you could even take out the items inside the barrel, which is super easy to do. And then as long as the key goes in, and then obviously it'll just turn this, you know, but obviously it means any Sinclair C5 key could unlock it, but no one cares. So that's something to work on, but pretty easy to sort. So nice white boot on it, nice and clean. So revs nice sort of clean motor. I'll take the cover off the electronics, have a quick look inside as well. Again, it all works. Quick release connectors on it, all the sort of grommets on in there, nice wheels. I mean, overall it's all clean and standard in there. And I say really nice rear light. You know, these are expensive, headlights are expensive, centre caps are expensive. So it's pretty good. They're not taking the cover off, but I mean the chain, you know, needs a bit of an oil, but the chain looks good. Obviously the red connectors hanging down there where you connect the pod to. There's no horn or anything, no accessories, normal micro switch here. Again, these things here, these levers could be taken off and painted, or you could paint them in situ if you wanted to, but realistically you would just undo it. And under the brake cables, take these off, rub them down, paint them, you know, literally a couple of hours work all together. Obviously I can do all this stuff of course, but anything I do, you know, just makes it clearly more valuable and a higher sale value. But yeah, so it's all good. It's a bit of a shame about the damage obviously, but that's the way it is on this one. Look underneath there, already done the front wheel bearing in there. Original brake shoes might be a bit hard to use, might possibly maybe replace those with some modern ones which are softer, which tend to help it stop better, because sometimes these go hard and they just dry out, you know. Otherwise it's sort of a clean original chassis. It's got the light surface corrosion on there, but nothing, no drama. Nice chain tensioner, all looks good. And there we are. So I shall see if I've got any tyres. I haven't got a front wheel cap, that's for absolute certain. And then as I say, I'll apply the stickers. I'll clean, just double check. I'll just re-clean this. I'll clean the pins anyway and the pod connector as a matter of course, but I know that it appears to work. Reassemble all that sort of stuff there. See if I can find any tyres, or see if I can buy any tyres online to stick on. There you are. It's a nice little project. Very easy project, I would say, for somebody. the main thing is at least it appears to work, and so once I've got some tyres on I can try it out. There we are, excellent. Nice light, nice clean boot. So it's like a bit of melting damage there, but again you can find these often, but that's pretty minor to be fair, you know. And we've got see all the original original washers here for the pod, stop it vibrating. Also these hold the pod on, which go in here. So there we are. So I shall take it into the garage now and work on it over the next few days. But yeah, this is for sale in Bournemouth at the moment. Cheers. So this is a Sinclair for sale. It's March 85, number 2568. Just a first test drive. You can't necessarily see the lights, but they all work spot on. So this is a quick sort of test drive. Middle steers alright, all that sort of stuff. Obviously I can't use the front brake because obviously I'm driving, filming, but back brake, yeah, works very nice. The chain's old, you know, maybe could do a replacement. You know, it's a bit noisy, the chain is, but it works fine. Pulls well actually. In fact, this battery isn't even completely charged. So that's good. See the lights are on there. So go back slowly. So you're not meant to go backwards too quickly. And here we go. Let's go again. Bit of pedalling. Throttle, it's on red, onto amber, and onto green if you can see that. That's green. Pedalling there. So yeah, it goes well. So it's got brand new tyres on it. It's got really good rear light, really good front lights, stock steering. So I'll probably adjust the steering actually to get a bit more turning circle on it as well. But yeah, so I think it feels good. I mean, so I've repaired the electronics, IC1, IC2 in particular in the control box. Yeah, it pulls well. So I'm going to say I haven't charged the battery for quite a while. There we go. Might as well just pull in here then. Okay. Oh. There it is. So that's the damage there. So it's missing the front wheel cover. It's got brand new tyres. Literally, that's the first time I've driven it. Then it's absolutely brand new tyres. And so it's got the boot as well in there. I'll just leave it off in case I need to adjust the motor. That sort of motor sounds really good. So really nice rear light, really nice front light. So nice white boot model. Obviously brand new tyres. As you can see here, these 2 minutes was literally the first time I've driven it. I haven't even had a test run in the garden. That's literally it, just straight out of the garage, straight into there. Cool. And also the new owner can do things like painting these. But see, these all work. They can paint them. Yeah, it's got nice neat electronics there. So no problem with the ULA chip, exactly as it should be. This is all good. So the chain's a bit old. You know, probably replace the chain. That's 20 quid. That's easy for someone to do. And also there's no front wheel cover. Yeah, brand new old stock size stripes as well. And actually, I've still got to as you see, I've still got to trim this section here. What I do is I normally leave it longer here because you tend to find it tends to shrink when it's been on for a few days or so. It tends to shrink, so you get a little bit of a gap here. So then I can then peel it, I can then lift that off, push it on, reposition it again. Then I can then put a tiny bit of glue just on here and then bend it around the corner. So yeah, but I'll do it in a minute. Cool, cheers. Yep, this is a Sinclair C5 that's now for sale. So you'll see in other parts of this video, it wasn't in this state, you know, approximately a week ago. It was been in my garage roof for say approximately 5 years. I actually realised it's quite a while actually for that one, covered in dirt, all that sort of stuff. So got it, pulled it down to have a look at and cleaned it up. And obviously I've just repaired it, just test driven it, which you'll see in a minute on the video once I've added it onto this one. And so this is for sale, Bournemouth, Dorset, no delivery options available. You can come and get it if you want it, which is cool. So, first thing, the only bad thing really on the C5 is this, you've got a crack here. So this happened obviously years and years and years ago. Someone's repaired it here, got a little bit of a dig here. That can be cleaned out, it's got a tiny bit of filler in basically, is what that mark is, but it's just there. And you've got a crack just here. And that's it, it's not gonna get any worse. You know, you can enjoy it, the Sinclair C5 as it is, just use it. Or if it bothers you, you know, obviously don't buy it. Or you could rebody it in the future if you wanted to. Obviously that'd make it sort of a bit less original, but there are plenty of bodies around. Obviously finding a body, of course, near you is the key part. But yeah, loads around. You could paint it. You could fill it, paint it, you know, or you could wrap it, another option. Or you could just leave it as is and just use it. So yeah, that's the Sinclair C5 there. So this one here is, as you can see here, I would say it's overall quite tidy. So it's March 1985. So it's not minter, but obviously this is talking about the price of this one. It's not mint territory price. It's definitely worth much more, this C5, is if I broke it and sold it all on eBay separately, but that's not what I do. So yeah, you've got the damage on the front there. You're missing the wheel cap, front wheel cap. Otherwise, it's all good. So let's have a quick look at it then. Quick look. So you've got the original rear caps, centre caps. You've got brand new Schwalbe road cruiser tyres that I've just put on in a few minutes of use on a quick test drive. Otherwise they're completely brand new. Brand new inner tubes, of course. You've got the 3D printed mast tops here, which are not great, but they're dirt cheap, you know. So if you want to find some originals, you can, or people are now printing them a lot better. You know, this is one of the early 3D printed ones, and the later ones are better, but dirt cheap item. Got a nice white boot there. You've got the key. Nice tidy white boot, which is good. Centre caps here. Battery doesn't come with it, but also I can advise you on details, you know. But it's got quick release connectors on here, so you can just connect it up. So if you were to connect it up, boom, you get all the pod lights up. So I've repaired them, all the electronics, so they are sorted. And obviously that's a big thing with C5s. So it's got a nice tidy loom on it. So all original. I've replaced items such as the key items in the control box, which is IC1 and IC2. So those are the two sort of key items. And I've also replaced R1 in the control box. I think it's either R1 or R21, I forget, one or the other. And as I say, I've cleaned up all the pins, etc. on the pod. There's no issues with the ULA chip. This will stay fully lit, completely lit. You know, if you have a ULA problem, this will drop down quite swiftly within a few minutes of plugging it in. No problems whatsoever with the ULA chip. You're good to go electronic wise. Plug it in. All sounds exactly normal as it should do. And as I say, I've driven it, it drives fine. You know, just a normal C5. So there's the bits and bobs for the new tyres. So I'll leave that plugged in. Quite a nice one of these. You know, new owner can do bits and pieces on the C5. You know, they can obviously take these off, repaint these. Otherwise it drives and stops and brakes and steers fine. All the lights work. You can see here, got a light switch just down there. Front and rear lights are on. Good thing about the C5 is that the fact that, other than the fact that it's dirt cheap, it's got a lovely rear light, which is, you know, top dollar. Lovely front light as well, so no cracks, damage, etc. on that one. Chain is average, so the chain is obviously original. It pedals and it goes fine, but say the chain is it's a little tad noisy, and you can tell underneath, you know, it's old. So I would suggest that the new owner might want to use it for a little bit, then put on the new chain at their leisure. They're about £23 roughly. And obviously it's super easy to fit. I just don't want to put any, you know, obviously any more money into it and have to charge more, that's all. Otherwise, of course, I could go and get a new chain from one of the guys in the forum and stick it on for you. So, you know, it's a sort of 10-minute job roughly. So that's that. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to quickly take, and I say the braking wise, the rear brake is good, front brake's a normal Sinclair C5 brake. So it's very, very average, but it works fine. But the front brakes on C5s are never very good. otherwise it steers, powers, goes, etc. Let me just remove the boot. There's no way of doing that without on both hands. So it does come with the boot clips as well, so they're not in there, but I'll put them in there in a bag over there. So you've got normal motor. I've taken it apart, just re-greased it. Obviously I've repaired the electronics. They just went it back in today, hence why it's now for sale. Original sticker, very, very clean underneath there, clean under the front end. Got your Schwalbe tyres there. So good brakes, nice brake cables, etc. No issues really. So that's a chain. So yeah, I've oiled the chain, but say it's a little bit, it's not seized as such, but there's a few tight links on it. So you can either, take it off and soak it in oil, which is what people do, or to be honest, you just spend 23 quid, get a brand new chain, and put it on. So that's that. Look underneath. So lift it up. Rebuilt front wheel, etc. Normal chassis, so not overly bad at all. Just sort of your standard. Well, I would consider it fairly standard light corrosion on it there, which is cool. And so the chain isn't too bad. Original chain tensioner, no damage to other than scratches to the underside of the chassis there. And there we are. So just as I say, it's just what I would very much consider a cheap Sinclair C5, and I say it's definitely worth more broken, 100%. But if this helps someone get onto C5 ownership, and they can obviously deal with that small crack on the front, which is not the end of the world, then yeah, it's all looking good. And it's nice the fact that it's got the original boot lock, things like that, not a replacement cheapo lock, so good lights, etc. So you've got a very good basis for a nice C5. I've also ordered some mud flaps, so I'll once they arrive, I'll probably fit those to this C5 as well, because they do make it look pretty smart. And there we are. Cheers.